Well, hello again, and welcome to another Hyperion morning. I apologize. I'm about a minute, maybe 2 minutes late, but here I am to get your Monday started in the best way possible. How you doing out there? I hope you had an excellent weekend. Maybe you continue to have the week off. I'm hoping for that for you. I don't. I got to work today, but that's all good. Getting ready to get set to celebrate the new year. Excited for that. Excited for what's to come in 2025. As you may have noticed, if you listened to our recent episode, I'll get to that in a little bit as well. But whatever you had going on, hey, even if you got to work today, it's all good. It's a holiday week. You know, you're going to have that nice day off somewhere in the middle, probably, of the week. So, just make the best of it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get to work today, muddle through, get through tomorrow, muddle through, then celebrate a nice new year with our family. And that's going to be exciting. That's going to be fun. Hopefully, again, I don't know what you did this weekend. I'm hoping it was enjoyable, relaxing, active, fun filled, whatever it might be. I just hope it was the best weekend possible. And now we're on to Monday and a nice countdown into a brand new year. So that's exciting. So we always like to talk about things that we celebrate for each and every day, even on a Monday. I mean, if any day you need to find things to celebrate, it may be a Monday. Well, there are always things to celebrate, and today is no different. It is December 30th of 2024. Just ticking, tick, 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 getting to the end of the year here. What are we celebrating on this day? Well, this is something that maybe isn't the most exciting celebration, but something that really needs to be done on this time of year. And it is time to get those needles up. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Those pine needles, those Christmas tree needles. If you have a tree in your house, it's time. Apparently, it is Falling Needles Family Fest Day. Yeah, right? I say that 5 times fast. No chance. No chance. Today's a day to collect up all those falling needles that have come off your holiday tree, your Christmas tree, and get them cleaned up. Maybe it's the day to start getting that tree out and getting it recycled. If you have a natural tree, if you have an imitation tree like we do, maybe it's time to start getting it together and packed up pretty soon. Make it through New Year. It's okay if you have your holiday tree, your Christmas tree up through New Year. It's all fine. You can have it all. Who cares? Have it up all year. Sometimes people just love their tree and they just feel like it's beautiful. Why not just have it there all year? All good. Or they'll change it to different seasonals. We'll go into maybe next we'll go into a Valentine's Day tree or a St. Patrick's Day tree, whatever. Yeah, I'm not going to judge. We've had our tree up for a long time at certain times and really enjoyed it. As I mentioned, we do have an imitation tree. You would think maybe the pine needles wouldn't fall off of that. And I say pine because they're not really pine. They're fake needles. But our tree sheds a lot. It sheds a lot. And we are cleaning up needles quite regularly. Hi, Donna. Good morning. So glad to have you along on this journey. Happy to see you here. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, our tree sheds. And it's like, it actually amazes me as much as we've had this tree for, I don't know, 10, 12 years now. And as much as it sheds every year, I'm surprised at how full it still looks because it sheds so much. And eventually we will replace it. But for right now, still good, still fun. And we still have our tree up. Don't know when we're taking it down. Probably somewhere in the next week or so, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, yes, today is, say this again, Falling Needles Family Fest Day. So enjoy that. If you're not much into that, or maybe after you've gotten done with that, you should reward yourself. Well, how about rewarding yourself with a little bacon? Because today is National Bacon Day. So that's a good thing to celebrate. Celebrating bacon for those of you who enjoy meat, of course. Yes, bacon, wonderful, tasty, fantastic, great. Love bacon. In moderation, like anything else. You just can't eat bacon all the time. Just not good for your system, not good for your heart. But man, some good bacon, pretty darn good. And there's some good places out at Disney where you can get some good bacon as well. A couple places that they specialize them as kind of appetizers or small plates. and some of their lounges and so forth. Definitely get some decent, tasty, interesting styles of bacon when you're out at the Walt Disney World Resort Disney Springs. I believe the Territory Lounge out at Wilderness Lodge has an interesting bacon on a wire dish as well. Something to check out for sure. So yeah, today's the day. If you like bacon, enjoy a little bacon today. But again, everything moderation, just like everything else, in moderation. Speaking of moderation, maybe your moderation will be to set up your next New Year's resolution, because today is National Plan Your Resolution Day. So today you get it planned. Tomorrow you kind of put it into place. The first, maybe you go through with it, and then the second, those resolutions go out the door. I mean, let's be honest. That's what happens every year, right? Right? If you can stick to a resolution for even a month, that's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. One of the funniest things is the gyms, the various workout facilities, and to see the people in the first month of the year. They're like, yep, I'm going to go. I'm going to get in good shape. I'm going to work out. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do all this stuff. Then, 3 weeks, a month later, it's back to your normal gym. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, if you can stick to a resolution, hey, I'm all for it. Good for you. Good for you. That's awesome stuff. But if you are thinking about doing a resolution, whether you stick to it or whether you don't, today's the day to plan it. So get on those plans. What is your resolution for this year? What is yours? I don't know. I don't know if I have one really specifically this year. It's pretty much the same one every year. Just enjoy life as much as possible. I guess that's it. It's not a really tough resolution. It's just something I like to do in general anyway. So just try and make more efforts to enjoy life as much as possible. So I guess that's my resolution for this year. Interesting to know yours. And again, if you stick to it, that's awesome. You're amazing if you can stick to your New Year's resolution for sure. Hey, what's going on this day in Disney history? Well, this was fascinating. I just read about this. This was something about a home movie. Apparently, on this day, let me find my note here, in 1956, the Librarian of Congress at the time, his name was James Billington, named 25 important motion pictures to the National Film Registry. And among those was this little home movie that was created by the Barstow family that came out of Connecticut. Apparently, they were one of 25 families that were picked to visit Disneyland, the newly opened Disneyland. This is 1956. So, Disneyland opened summer of 55. They won a contest from basically Scotch brand cellophane tape. And they got this expense paid trip to go to Disneyland, and they filmed their trip. And the Library of Congress found it so the categories for it were cultural, historical, or aesthetical significance. And they felt that maybe because this captured Disneyland when it opens up, that it deserved to be put into the Library of Congress. And I think that's fascinating and cool. And how cool for this Barstow family to have their home movie. We all go out there, we shoot videos now. We shoot videos of ourselves. We shoot pictures of ourselves. Some people try and make a living out of it. Some people do make a living out of going out to the parks and shooting these videos. These people had their home video put in the Library of Congress. I think that's pretty cool. Oh, and also this was interesting out of it. Apparently, Steve Martin, the great director, comedian Steve Martin. Well, he used to work at Disneyland, and he picked himself. He was working at Disneyland at the time. He picked himself out of this video, apparently. Let me see if I can make it a little larger for you. So that circle right there apparently is Steve Martin in the park. I don't know how you could possibly make it out. It's so blurry. And of course, we know Steve Martin with white hair for so many years, right? Dark hair there. He did have dark hair back in the day for a very short time. His hair went white really, really quickly. But yeah, I found that he picked himself out of this video, which is fascinating, interesting stuff. I know, right? No, it is interesting. I think it's kind of fun. That's why I like to share interesting stuff that I find out there that's happened. Hopefully you enjoy that as well. Also on this day in 1988, Pixar released a fantastic short, Tin Toy. It is not their first short that they released. It is actually their fourth short they released, but it was the first to win an Academy Award for Best Animated Short. It was the short that came on before Toy Story. So it was Tin Toy and then Toy Story. So a story of toys. If you see it today, the graphics on it, not the greatest. Well, of course, you watch Toy Story today. The graphics on it, not the greatest compared to what you see out there nowadays. But maybe not the most fantastic for this. But it is an interesting story about this toy who sees a baby and, wants to try and make it happy. But then he gets scared. It looks like that baby's a little destructive, runs away from it. But then the baby gets a little upset and the tin toy goes and does its best to make the world a happy place for that baby. That baby, a little, no, again, the graphics, not the best, but still impressive. This was the first Academy Award for a short won by Pixar. And I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So something to celebrate on this day. What are we celebrating on this day in general history, or at least other television history? Well, on this day in 1963, Let's Make a Deal debuted on NBC, featuring Monty Hall as the host. Was the host for many, many years. It was on NBC. It was on ABC for a while. When it first started, Let's Make a Deal. That's that show where you go on and you're offered, if you get picked out of the crowd, you're offered something. Maybe you answer a question or you get something out of your bag and show you got them. You're offered something and you can possibly make a deal. You can either get this, or you can take your chance and see what's behind the curtain or what's in this box or whatever. And sometimes it's something fantastic you trade in. Sometimes you stick with something fantastic, or sometimes you trade for something that is what they call a zonk. It is something that nobody really wants, probably. But also interesting that this show is known for people dressing up in costume, but that's not the way it was. You can see the picture on the right-hand side here, at least my right-hand side as I'm looking at it. I don't know how you see it. Is it on the left-hand side? Whatever. You can see the black and white picture here. And people were dressed up in suits, and it was like going to any other show at the time. You were dressed up normally. And then gradually people started to dress up in crazy costumes to try and hey, here I am in the crowd, pick me out to play the game. And then it's just kind of developed into that's what they do. People come dressed in costume for Let's Make a Deal. Still, it's been on and off the air for several years. Various different hosts have been it. Right now, it is on with Wayne Brady, who we really enjoy. He was a very talented person as the host of Let's Make a Deal. But yeah, originally 1963, Let's Make a Deal with Monty Hall debuted on NBC on this day in history. Really cool, really fun, enjoyable game show. I like good game shows. This is a fun game show. I like it. Hey, if it's your birthday today, again, December 30th, a very happy birthday to you. Here are a few of the fantastic people that you celebrate your birthday with. How about from the Monkees, great singer, actor, Davy Jones. He was born on this day in 1945. He would have been 79 today. We lost him in 2012, unfortunately. But Davy Jones, did you like the Monkees? I know that he sang. Mickey Dolenz sang. They sang. They didn't necessarily, to begin with, play their own instruments. Later on, they did some things where because some of them were really actually talented musicians. Donna, you love Let's Make a Deal? Right, cool. It is the right side. Okay, good to know. Thank you. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what you see and what I see. So thank you for confirming that when I pointed out it's on the right. It actually is on the right, and I don't look like an idiot. Well, any more than I normally look like an idiot anyway. Anyway, Davy Jones, yeah, Monkees. I love some of the Monkees songs. The show is okay, is quirky, fun. But I love the Monkees and Davy Jones. And good stuff. It would have been his birthday today. How about, speaking of somebody who is a great musician, singer, songwriter, record producer, Jeff Lynne from ELO. He's either made so many great songs or been behind so many great songs over the years. He turned 77 today, born on this day in 1947. Great actress, Cheryl Lee Ralph, Emmy award-winning actress. You may know her from Abbott Elementary currently, but she's done It's a Living, Moesha. She was in Sister Act 2. She even played Rita in Oliver and Company for a little Disney tie-in. Anyway, she turned 68 today, born on this day in 1956. Great, not only a great television, movie actor, also a great stage performer, a Broadway actor. She is fantastic and has a great singing voice for sure. And it's her birthday today. Do you know who Tracy Ullman is? That's an interesting question for you. I know who Tracy Ullman is because she had a show on the Fox network for a while, the Tracy Ullman Show. As I was in radio television classes in junior college at the time when that show was on. And one of the things we needed to do, as it was one of the things you could do, was go see a taping of a live television show. And the one that I went to go see wasn't Let's Make a Deal. It was the Tracy Ullman Show, which was a very funny show. Didn't get great ratings, did get great critical reviews, but it ran for a couple years on the Fox network. More than anything else, the Tracy Ullman Show is known as the show that started The Simpsons. The Simpsons were kind of those they had little shorts in it that would go through kind of leading in or coming out of breaks during that show. And most people don't remember the Tracy Ullman Show, but they now know The Simpsons, and it all started from this show. She has a hit song, They Don't Know. Came out in the 80s, really, really fun, good song. Actually, Paul McCartney shows up in the video with her in that. Anyway, she turned 65 today, born on this day in 1959. No matter what you think about this guy personally, you can't deny he's one of the greats to ever play the game. Tiger Woods turns 49 today, born on this day in 1975. 15 major titles, so many other major golf championships. He is definitely one of the best to ever play. Now, there's obviously some personal issues that some people will talk about him wise, but you can't deny his talent. He was a great, great golfer, still is a pretty darn good golfer. Just maybe not what he once was. But anyway, his birthday today. And another great, one of the greatest, some will say the greatest to ever play basketball, LeBron James, multiple MVP winner, multiple championship winner, multiple-time All-Star. He turns 40 today, born on this day in 1984, now currently with the Lakers. He's had a fantastic, phenomenal career, and he turns 40 today. I don't know how many years he has left in the league, but man, he has done it while he's out there. Again, you can argue whether he's the best to play. I will still say it's Michael Jordan, but he is right up there. I think you've got to put him somewhere in the top 5 for sure of those to ever play the game of basketball. So a very happy birthday to them. And again, if it's your birthday, a very, very happy birthday to you. One more thing before I get out of here, as I always like to do, I do have to do a little shameless self-promotion. We do have a new episode that came out yesterday. Hopefully you've checked it out already. If not, it's there for you to download. You can check it out today or anytime during the week. Thinking it's probably going to be a video episode. We did record it video-wise. We did have a PowerPoint presentation, hoping that everything turned out with that, and that a video version of that will be coming out here for those of you who watch us on YouTube. You can find it there later this week. But basically, we just talked about what we're looking forward to in 2025 in the Disney parks, what we're excited about, what things are coming. Not everything. We couldn't get through everything that's coming, but we got through some of the things that we are most excited about. And maybe there's some things that you're excited about. Maybe there's some things that you had forgotten about. Maybe some things that you just never knew that were coming to the Disney parks. We talked about Disneyland Paris and both the 2 U.S. parks, Disneyland and Walt Disney World. And we just had a lot of fun with it and discussed some of these things and some of the things that we're most excited to see coming in the new year. So, yep, 2025, new year, new excitement. So hopefully you'll enjoy that show sometime at your leisure, whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. Don't care. I'm just happy that you come along on this journey, as I always like to say. Definitely. All right. Going to wrap things up and get out of here and start my Monday off. Everybody have a fantastic Monday today. You got this. It's a holiday week. You're going to have hopefully that nice day off in the middle of it to kind of break it up. But hopefully you have an enjoyable week. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Hello. Welcome to the show. I saw your note yesterday, but unfortunately I was signing off. Please check it out. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you coming along. Thank you for joining us. I like when we have new people that I haven't seen before come on for our live show. Thank you, Melissa. Happy to meet you. Anyway, again, have a wonderful day. Have a fantastic day. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate it. You have a great day too. I'll be back tomorrow morning, as I always am, to try and share some more of this fun stuff. So please, please, before I get out of here, remember, always, 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 please share some kindness, share some smiles, and of course, always share that positivity like we try and do every day here on this show. And I'll be back tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. to do all those things with you. Until that time, everybody, have a magical day.